Yeah, so first and foremost, again, shout out to the GOAT of it. The GOAT. The greatest of all time. The artist formerly known as Stumi, the one and only Stogie T, for showing up in this tiny ass room right on the edge of Soweto. You know, that was. I mean, I don't have to tell you how much of a big deal, how much of a big moment that was for me. You know, because amen. Before anything, before the beat making, before the content creation, before all of this, I'm a fan first of the culture and the music of hip hop. So, as a big fan of that man and what he has done, you know, for the culture. I mean, dog, when I was still in high school, my sister and I used to be in the dining room, with remote controls, performing People of the Light. You know, I'd be Doomy and she would be Pebbles, you know. So from that, and then to have this man come through the crib and do what he did, that was a big deal. I just have to make sure that I emphasize how important that was for me. And yes, yeah. And then also, yeah, man, peace to all of you guys for continuing to support Sotra Cyphers and watching. Because in doing so, you kept me going and producing more of these. But I probably would have done it even without that, but that's proven. I'm kidding. Yeah, but yeah, man. So shout out to everyone, man, because that was a big deal for not just me, but for everyone who just loves hip hop. I know you guys love hip hop as much as I do. And yeah, so the OG, Boza, you know, pulled up, did his thing, in and out, one take, you know. And yeah, so a quick backstory of the Smolanyana history that I have with Stogie. I first met Stogie in 2009, right? And this was when he was still working with Either Soil, right? And he was helping them record their debut album. So before they went on to sign with Native Rhythms, they were recording their album at Motif Records. So I think one of the first, if not second or third recording sessions, Machance, there were still four of them at the time. Something Soweto, Ntsega, Pindo, and Buhle, right? And then we also had Usipo was the manager, and Portia Monam as well. Amen. Beautiful days. So during that time, they're like, yeah, bet you said I would do me that's record as well. You'll take footage. So I went there with my cam. I was geeking out. As much as I'm geeking out now, I was geeking out then. Oh damn, I'm about to meet Doomy. So we got there, and then I got to hang out, you know, as they were recording songs for their debut album. But they were still experimenting, you know. They were still trying to figure out, okay, should we do the whole beatbox thing, or should we also record to beats? So they were still trying to find their sound. I mean, they knew their sound, but trying to make it work in the studio setting was a bit, you know, was a bit challenging to make it happen. So they started off recording with beats. So one of the beats that they had was this one beat that they were given by the late, great Pax Menace. R.I.P. to Pax Menace, man. Pax Menace gave the Soil a few beats for them to ride with. And one of the beats that he gave them was for a track that was initially intended to be an intro on the Soil's debut album. So they took that beat, and that beat, the guys decided, okay, for our intro, we must have our favorite rappers from Daikasi. We're going to have Incognito the Locksmith, shout out to Inco. We're going to have Vice the 13th, and I think Gastric as well, if I remember correctly. And if I'm forgetting anyone, I apologize. But yeah, so those were the guys. And then they had this beat, and they played the beat in studio for Utumi, aka Stogie T. And yeah, they were playing it in the studio there, and we were jamming and vibing to the joint. The beat is amazing. Parks was one of the dopest beat makers in the hood, you know. So this was, I was more than anything, I was excited with, oh man, Dumi's about to jump on, like when I was taking the footage, I was like, man, Dumi's about to freestyle on SPeeKa Pax Menace. And I was so thankful that I had my camera to capture that moment, right? And I'm gonna play that moment right now so you can see. So this is 2009, February 2009, when they were playing that beat, and Stogie decided to freestyle over the beat, right? So here is the clip. It's not me. It's not me. Yeah. Let me play it one more time. To me, it's always been nice off the top. It's not me. Right, so he thought the beat was mine. Because when I was introduced to our SPeeKa Shama beat, so he thought the beat was mine. So we told him, nah, it's not my beat. It's one of our homies, Pax Menace. And when we got back at Kasi after that whole record, he said, I remember playing it for Pax, man. And he was so happy. He couldn't believe it. He was like, oh, shit, oh, man, I can't believe I do it. I was like, yeah, nigga, do me, mama. So yeah, man, shout out and rest in peace to Pax Menace, man. What a legend. And I really wish he could have been alive to see Udumi actually pull up to our hood and be part of what we do, you know, which is, yeah, well, Maniga. Fast forward to 2019. So 2019, what sort of brought me back to his, whatever you want to call it, to his attention was when I did the Stogie, right? So I did the Stogie, dropped that. Yeah, everyone liked it. Cool. And then I remember on Twitter, he even tweeted me on some, yo, SPeeKa, man, dope Docky. Again, for me, it's like, yo, I mean, a whole bunch of people gave me props for the Docky, but there were those people that I grew up like idolizing, that I was sort of like, I was pinching myself, hey, did this guy just give me props for this? Damn. So do me, one of them. And then at the time, around about, I don't know if it was a month later or a week or whatever, that's when I dropped the third anniversary, Sotra Cypher's anniversary special, right? So, that's where Stogie first discovered Sotra Cyphers, right? And when I dropped the third anniversary special, it was around the same time also that Stogie was still doing the Verse of the Month shows with Slick on Live. So I think one of the people at Slick on Live sent him the 3-year anniversary, and that's when he discovered. And I think maybe he clicked on, oh man, I remember this kid. He once came through with the soil, blah blah blah. Oh, it's the same kid. All right, dope. And then he watched the 3rd year anniversary special, And his favorite verse from that special was So World A1 from Leverage. It was his favorite verse. And then he ended up getting verse of the month for the month of June 2019. And then there was that clip there when Stogie was like, yo, man, SPeeKa does these ciphers, man. Keep pushing, blah, blah, blah. And again, that was a big deal. You know? Yeah, so it was that. And then every month, I think, yeah, the only other time that Sotra Cyphers was included in the verse of the month was when Overkill Twist also won verse of the month, right? So this was also 2019. Another time where it was super, super dope to have someone from Sotra Cyphers win verse of the month. You know, we were only there twice, and both times we got verse of the month. Now I'm saying, now I mean. Yeah, so that was pretty dope. Sharp. Fast forward, sharp, the pandemic hits. And then in late 2020, I get DM'd from the man himself, the GOAT, Stogie, wanted to hit me up about something. And then when he DM'd me, he didn't hit me up on some, yo, can you drop me your 10s so I can holler at you? He said, nope, these are my numbers. Hit me up. Let's talk. I was like, what? I remember I was driving, and then, because I thought you know, maybe he got hacked or something, or I was being pranked. So I called the number same time. I was like, hello? It's a cool. Oh, damn. The Stogie. I was like, all right, word. I know. I just wanted to make sure that it's really you. Yeah, I'll call you. I'll give you a proper call when I get home. And then got home. Here I am speaking with Stogie for 30 minutes on the phone. Unheard of. It's a big deal. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to skip a whole bunch of other parts and go straight to this particular exclusive. So eventually, you know, we managed to finally get around to it. And I sent him a couple of beats before we got to this one. I sent him like probably 5, 6, 7 beats, and all of them, yeah, he wasn't vibing, right? And as you can imagine, I was panicking because here comes this opportunity to have one of the GOATs on Sotra Cyphers, and I'm fumbling and I'm giving him all these whack beats. But eventually I'm like, ish, okay, Big T. So he texted me. I think it was on a Thursday. I mean, on a Tuesday, and I sent him like 2 more beats, and he's like, "Nah, these ones also on work." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Please give me till Friday. Friday, I'll give you that heat, and then if you don't find a beat there, then I guess it'll be curtains for us, you know." Sharp. So that week, Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, finally, I'm sitting there with like probably 15 beats or something, right? But I'm like, okay, yeah, no, these 3, if he doesn't like any one of these 3, then I fit Kazamil, you know? But yeah, it was a very stressful, very stressful week. So I sent him the beats on the Friday, and then he responded the next morning on some, I like this beat, let's do it. Oh, man. And that's how we got to the exclusive, man. Pulled up less than a week later. Big T pulled up, and it was surreal. I felt like I was dreaming. When he pulled up and he got out the car, the first words I said to him when I saw him, I was like, damn, you actually came through. Like, it's Stogie, dog. I was expecting something to go wrong. Like, man, I can't make it anymore. I gotta fly to the US. Benny the Butcher needs to holler at me about something. I can't, dog. I gotta go to France. Got a show there. I was expecting like, this is not gonna happen. There's no way. So when he actually pulled up, it was unbelievable. And yeah, pulled up, shot the thing, chopped it up for a bit. Here I am talking about hip hop. It's like one of my idols. I'm like, damn, this is actually happening. Anyway, so again, I had to get that out the way. Stories, all that whole story time vibes had to get out the way. So now we can proceed. So for this beat that I gave to Stoke for the for his Sotra Cyphers exclusive, I sampled a literal classic by the legendary composer Beethoven, Beethoven's Fifth. It's called Beethoven's Fifth, and you know how usually I say that I take down the pitch. This is no different. But here, I didn't take down the pitch. I brought it all the way up. But this is the original. This is the original clip that I sampled from Beethoven's Fifth. Goes a little something like this. Right? So that is Beethoven's Fifth. So what I did was I got the pitch all the way up, right? So now it went from sounding like that, sounding like this. Right? The pitch is all the way up now. So the pitch is up, and then I added, surprise, surprise, Parametric Eq2, my favorite EQ. I use this EQ literally in every single one of my beats. Every beat you've ever heard from me, you must know the Parametric Eq2 was used. So for this sample, I used two of them. Right? As you can see, it's this one and this one. So here I used the first one to remove all the low end and the high end as well. And then for the second one, I was like, okay, fine, let me dip the mid ends and also play around a bit here. Right? So those are the two parametric EQs. And lastly, I added a whole lot of reverb. So now the sample then sounded like this. Right? Zwee. Hear that part? Zwee. So that's the part that I looped. That brought us, I looped it and then I just played it over and over again and then just made one slight switch on one particular part. So this is what I did, right? Wait, before we get to that, let me just mute the crow. I'll get to the crow speed in a second. So it's... right? And that's the loop. That loop is exactly like that throughout the entire beat. Let me play it one more time. That is the the sample that I use, which is Beethoven's Fifth. I sampled a literal classic for the greatest of all time, Mr. Stogie T. Right? So that's the first thing I remember. That's the first thing I did when I made this beat. I took that sample, chopped it up, blah, blah, blah. And then I went to adding the percussions, which is me working backwards, because usually I will do the drum pattern first, But for this one, I started with the sample. Don't tell me why. That's just how I felt at the time. All right, cool. So with that, I was like, all right, cool. Sample, we nice. Let's have some fun with it. That's when then I was like, all right, I'm gonna keep it on 100% boom bap, right? So let me start it off with the snare. Someone in one of my YouTube comments, in one of my previous beat breakdowns, like, hey man, the easiest way to recognize your beats for me is your snare. I was like, word? I was like, damn. I guess that's why some people call me Ninth Wonder, because for me personally, I can pick up a Ninth Wonder beat by the snare that he uses. So when he told me that, I was like, damn, I segele Ninth Wonder, no. Feed. So I used a very, very heavy, angry snare for this beat. Let me play it for you. Yeah, so that snare, it's from a loop that you find on Fruity Loops called DL Groover. It goes like this. So that's where I took that snare. Cool. So that's snare, and then the kick, which I took from one of the drum packs that I have. Right, so a typical boom bap percussion, boo, che, boo, che, and then a young drum roll here on the 8th bar. Again. Yeah, that doo-goo-doo-goom. That is, it's called Philip Banks. It's from one of the packs also that I have. Like, I think as a beat maker, we all have hundreds of packs. Most of them you don't remember where you got them from. But yeah, me personally, most of my packs, I've never downloaded packs ever. I usually get them from homies, guys like Infectist. I've gotten some packs from Charles, Xavier, shout out. I've gotten some packs from Slickwitted, shout out to Slickwitted, he's giving me packs as well. So it's from, just knowing other producers helps, they'll hook you up as well. So it's, and then the, right? Snare there. Very, very basic. This is like as basic as it gets in terms of boom bap percussions. And then, what is this down here? Okay, so this is, it's a cymbal, but I reversed it, right? It sounds like this originally, right? When reversed, it sounds like this. So I just played that over and over because I liked how it sounded, right? So it sounds like this. Hey, Stoke, we'll get to you. My G, we'll get to you. let me mute Stoke for a second. Right. Yeah, okay. Now you're obviously hearing other things. There's the 808 drum there. Just the big, right? So that comes in every 2 bars. So it's boom. right? And then I also have this here, which is hypersonic. And I use the Strat muted wah preset, which sounds like this on its own. Hey. Doesn't that remind you of 8 Mile? Quang, 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 quang. Yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much how the beat is. That's what I added. So it's all of that plus the sample, right? So I'm going to play everything for you with the sample and the kicks and all that good stuff. All right, and that is the beat. That is the beat. If I recall correctly, it probably took me less than 15 minutes to put this one together. And then maybe a few minutes after that just to touch up here and there. But yeah, it's a pretty simple beat. It's a loop. It's perfect for whoever wants to just go off. And who better to go off than the GOAT? Yes. And then one last thing that I added was the Gross Beat plugin. So the Gross Beat plugin, I mean, I've known about it for years, but I've only really started using it grand this year. You know, it's got these cool effects that add, like, you can play around with. It scratches your beat. It does some beat juggling. So that's what I did. So every now and then on the beat, you'll hear something like this. This is the Gross Beat plugin at play, right? Let's play that again. That's the Gross Beat. Nah, I'm saying. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how the beat came together. It's a simple beat. And yeah, for all the other beats, which is funny because all the other beats, I struggled hard trying to put them together. And then he ended up picking the one that I made in the fastest time. Life. There's a lesson there somewhere. Man, like, I watch this exclusive every day, you know, just to remind myself that, man, this actually happened. Stoke actually pulled up. So, yeah, hopefully this is now a call out to more MCs, you know. I mean, it's been a call out for years, but hopefully you guys now see that, okay, Mafetu, this is serious business. If one of the GOATs can pull up to some back room in the edges of Soweto, just to rap, you know, that's another thing also. Like it made me realize just how much Stogie was about that life. You know, this isn't fun times. You know, he takes the culture very, very seriously. And I mean, you would expect someone of his caliber, someone who's been on Sway, dog. He's been on Sway. You wouldn't expect someone who's rapped on that level to give someone at our level, which is underground or whatever, the same amount of respect as he did a Sway, you know. So he will forever get my respect and love. I mean, he was already getting it from me as a fan, but just as someone who's within the culture doing what I do, you know, he will forever get my respect for that. And yeah, it actually happened, man. It actually happened. Please check out the full episode there on my YouTube channel, SPeeKa RSA. Don't forget to subscribe for more super dope SA hip hop content. And yeah, there will be more. You can best believe that there will be more. And I mean, obviously, this is easily my favorite Sotra Cyphers exclusive ever. You know, just in how it all came about and the jewels. I mean, dog. I remember when I first announced that Stogie would be coming to Sotra Cyphers, someone jumped in the comment section and was like, "Yeah, no, let's take a dictionary, man." Yeah, Abba. Yeah. You know, Stogie is, he's just one of those MCs. You know, it's not just punchline. No, you have to like proper sit and go, wait, analyze, break down, just an apex MC, greatest of all time. And yeah, I'll forever be grateful. And that's the bar now, you know. That's the bar now. Yeah. So I'm obviously the invite is open to cats who want to jump on. But man, if you're still on some, hey man, what do you think of these bars? Come on, I'm gonna play you Stogie's clip, dog. Like, dog, your boy, yes or now, dog. Like, fana. Yes or now, dog. You see now. Yeah, but that was the beat breakdown for the for the Stogie T Sotra Cyphers exclusive. Merchandise is still available. You know, if you need a hoodie or Sotra Cyphers t-shirt, holla at your boy, and we'll make it happen. I can send through deliveries. I can deliver via Paxi for those living outside of Joburg. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I will catch you guys on the next Sotra Cyphers beat breakdown. Peace.